Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a braid tutorial. This will be a Dutch braid and I'm going to pancake it out. So you can see my hair is pretty dirty. I have some dry shampoo in this. This is day 4. So I definitely need something. So I still have some curls. I did curl it with my Lange curling wand, and I have a tutorial on getting those long-lasting curls. But my hair is just so oily, and there's only so many days that I can use dry shampoo. So after several days, if I'm not gonna wash it, like it's the weekend, I'm not doing anything, so I'm not gonna wash it and waste a wash because I only wash my hair a couple times a week. So I just used some dry shampoo, and I need some different styles besides just a ponytail. My typical part is about here, and so you can see I am making a much deeper part for this braid. This is key. I think that's what a lot of people miss. All right, so I'm going to use about from here to here. I don't really make a hard section here because I don't want there to be a line, but I just know that I'm going to use about this much of my hair. I'm going to section this into 3 parts. And I do have some bangs I'm working with. And then instead of going over with my pieces for a Dutch braid, you pull it under. And I think the trickiest part for me is that I'm so used, see how I'm pulling it under, and I'll pull a little bit in. I'm so used to braiding quickly the normal way that holding the pieces when you're braiding under is probably the most difficult part. So each time I'm pulling just a tiny bit into that new section, even a little bit from the back. Now the more you pull from the back, the bigger chance you're going to have more of a part in separation. So you kind of want to think about that and what that's going to look like. You also want to think about when you're braiding, how much of this part are you going to put in? If you're going to do like a low ponytail in the back, I would say you can go all the way down to your ear. But I usually do just a bun or a high pony. And I don't want to braid down here because then when I try and pull it back into my braid, or not my braid, my pony or my bun, it's gonna look strange and it's not gonna pull the right way. So today, since I am pulling it up higher on my head, I'm only gonna braid to about the temple, and I'm gonna leave this out. So again, I just keep pulling it under and pull little bits in. So it almost feels like a twist from these back parts because of how I'm holding it. And so I'm not pulling any more hair in at this point because I am going to pull it back higher. So really, I love this braid because it is pretty and it gives a good look, but since I'm growing my bangs out, you know, I don't have to use bobby pins to keep those away and from falling out of whatever I might be doing for an updo. All right, so at this point, this is where I'm at. I am going to now pancake this, and what that means is that you just kind of pull at the different pieces going up the braid, and you're making it like really wide and looking thicker than it is. My hair is not thick. I have a lot of medium to fine hair. So if you have really thick hair, I love braids that are pancaked with thick hair because it makes it look even prettier. But this is a way to make your braid look a little bit thicker and fuller. And you can see that some pieces, like this part, is not wanting to pull out very well because it's so tight down here. So you do need to start from the bottom and just work your way up as far as it will let you, and then kind of come back to the bottom and just keep coming up and down your braid. And eventually, when this part gets loose enough, then these parts will start letting you pull on them as well. Then when you get up to the top, you want to think about how much volume do you like? Do you like things to be flatter on your head? Do you want there to be more volume? I don't mind that there's a little bit of volume here, so I can even pull the front pieces and pull this out. But if you're someone who likes it a little bit flatter, then don't pull as much when you get up here. And then I'm still having to be careful because I do have those bangs in there that I don't want to pull too much. So I'm just giving really small tugs because at some point those pieces are going to be too short to stay in there. Okay, so you can see how it's thickened up and it's not going to look perfect, and that's okay. All right, so I just take a bobby pin and just stick this in the end of my braid and it holds it. So from here, depending on what you're going to do, you could tease it a little bit. If you're going to throw a bun in there, it's always nice, even though this is where the bun's going to sit, that you give it a place to sit. If you've watched my top knot tutorial, that is exactly how I do the bun when it sits on top of my head. I think today I'm just going to put a pony in, but if you would like to see it with a bun, I wear it like that all the time, so you can follow me on Instagram at Teaching with Beauty, and I have a top knot tutorial there as well. All right, so I'm going to pull a little bit of this out. I got a nice high pony. And I do pull some of this out even if it's in a bun, so it's not flat against my head, because this part has more volume. So I don't want this to have some volume because the braid's going to sit here and have more of a 3D effect, because the Dutch braid, since you're braiding under, it makes the hair sit on top, opposite of what a French braid would be, where it's going to lay flat on your head. So I don't want this to have some volume and some, you know, 3D-ness on my head, and this I just be slicked completely back. All right, then when you have the rest of your hair how you want, the last step is securing the braid. So I'm just gonna bring this back, and you see how, had I braided down here, my braid would have come down here, and then I would have had to pull this all the way up. So because I stopped, it has much more movement. I can put this wherever I want. So I'm just gonna pull it back here. If your hair is long enough, you can tuck the tail under and through one part of your elastic, and that's what I'm doing. I don't want it to get too high though. I'm still going to secure the end with a bobby pin back there to make sure that it doesn't come out, since it's only through one part. But a huge tip from me for you is, in your braid, wherever you place it, take a bobby pin, put it into the braid. You don't have to keep it open for too long, but push it up and into that braid, and that's going to really secure it to your head. And then even if this part in the back where you've secured it into your pony or your bun or whatever, however you're wearing your hair, if it gets loose, this part where you've stuck that bobby pin is still going to keep it in place. Okay, so I'm just going to pull at the rest of my hair to make it look how I want, but here it is. And the end is just tucked up into the braid, or into the pony. So that's the finished look, just to give it a little bit of something on day 3, 4, or whenever you want a little bit of fun hair. I hope that was helpful. You can like and subscribe so you can see any new videos. You can leave a comment if you like this, if it was helpful, if you have questions, or if there's anything that you'd like to see a tutorial on, I'm happy to help.